Let's finish our conversation where we last stopped.
Let's pick up where we left off, 2-6. You were sharing your thoughts on how documenting your journey has made you more aware of the significance of your art. Do you feel like that awareness has changed your approach to your music or your public persona in any way?
Not at all. I release my content the way I release it, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And obviously, if I'm publishing something on a public platform like the internet or social media, TikTok, Twitter, I have to accept all forms of criticism. So I don't really care, but I know I have something inside of me to release my music the way I feel it should be released, the way it should be released.
It seems like you've developed a thick skin when it comes to
Yeah,
criticism, which is essential for any artist putting themselves
right.
out there. It's admirable that you're remaining true to your vision and releasing your music the way you believe it should be
Right.
released. On that note, do you feel that being an independent artist gives you more freedom to do that compared to artists who are signed to major labels?
I don't know what it feels like to be signed because I never was signed, but I know I'm independent and I know anything that I think of, I can record it. I have a studio in my own house. I have a studio on my phone. I have a studio that I could go to actually record that's professional. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The studio in my house, as soon as I wake up, I can yawn and it'll be on the track immediately because that's how close when I step from my bed, I'm only 3 or 4, feet away from the studio.
That level of convenience and control is definitely a perk of being an independent artist. You can create on your own terms in your own space and on your own schedule. It sounds like you've really built a system that allows you to be incredibly prolific. Do you find that the quantity of music you're able to produce ever affects the quality of your output?
Not at all, because I'm comfortable. I'm in my own studio. I'm not paying studio time, so I don't feel the discomfort that I have to hurry up and record a certain amount of songs within this time frame for the amount of money that I'm paying in order to feel like I got something accomplished. I have my own studio in my own house for over 13 years. That's the reason why I was able to record over 10,000 songs easily and effortlessly.
Wow, that's a testament to the value of having your own space to create 2-6. Having your own
Facts,
studio gives you the freedom to experiment, explore different sounds, and
facts,
take your
facts, facts,
time to
facts.
refine your craft without the pressure of a ticking clock. It sounds like your studio is an essential part of your creative process.
Absolutely.
Would you say your environment plays a big role in the music you create?
I'm not in the hood anymore, although I still make hood music. But I guess you could say some of that is true.
So you're saying that while your environment still influences your music to a certain extent, you're no longer limited by it, right? Like you're able to draw on those experiences, but also step outside of them to create music that reflects different aspects of your life and perspective.
A little bit of that, but I'm not in the hood anymore, so I don't have to do the things that I had to do when I was in the hood to survive and make it out of there. So to me, it doesn't matter. I'm in the studio just going off my mind, and I feel the confidence if I want to sing on a song, if I want to rap. If I want to do a mumble rap, it doesn't matter. Anything I want to do that I'm thinking I'm inspired by, I'll put it on the wax with no shame and no fear of anybody's opinion.
That's the beauty of your independence, 2-6. You're free to experiment, push boundaries, and explore different styles and techniques without anyone telling you what you should or shouldn't be
Absolutely.
doing. And it sounds like you're really embracing that freedom in your
hmm
music. How do you think that experimentation has evolved your sound over the years?
Experimentation because I have the ability to have my own studio. So I have unlimited studio time. I have the time to mess around with different sounds. I have the time to mess around with different plugins and different vocal effects, to develop my own style. If I had to pay per hour, I would never have enough money in order to develop to be the greatest rapper in the world as a new person starting out.
That's so true. When you're paying per hour in a studio, every second counts. But in your own space, you have the luxury of exploring every sound, every technique until you find the perfect fit. It's like having your own personal playground for creativity. It's fascinating to hear how much your studio has influenced your artistic
Thank
growth.
you, thank
Speaking
you.
of your growth, let's talk about
All
your
right.
songwriting. Do you have any particular techniques or approaches to writing your lyrics?
To me, it really depends on the beat. Since I make my own beats, I can just feel the music in different ways that an average artist who doesn't make beats feel the music. You know, I feel the music through the beat. I feel the music through the creation of the beat. I feel the music through the creation of the lyrics. I feel the creation of the music through laying down the song and putting it all together from scratch. I'm able to make my own beats, so I'm very knee deep and very tight. Man, my shit.
That's the power of being both the producer and the artist. 2-6, you're essentially creating the canvas for your own work. So every element, every sound, every beat, it's all yours to manipulate and mold.
Facts.
It's like you're able to infuse your lyrics with the same energy and
Talk to me.
emotion that went into creating the
Talk
beat
to me.
itself. And I'm curious, when you're
Yeah.
making your beats, are you thinking about the lyrics or the story you want to tell, or are you just letting the music guide you?
I kind of just let the music guide me. Sometimes I go in the studio trying to make a R&B type of beat, and I end up making some gangster hip hop beat. You know what I mean? I never know what I'm gonna make when I'm making it, even though I'm specifically trying to make something. And it's funny how it never works out for me. So I just make the music and then record the song. Make the music, record the song. Make the music. It might be an opera song that I want to infuse with hip hop, but it ended up being a.
That's really interesting, 2-6. It's
Yeah,
like your creativity is in control and you're just along for the ride. Even though you might have a specific idea in mind, the music takes on a
that's
life
a
of its
fact.
own and leads you in
Facts,
unexpected
facts.
directions. And it sounds like you're
That's
open
a
to that
fact.
process, experimenting with different genres and sounds. Have you ever thought about incorporating your love of basketball into your music, like maybe sampling basketball sounds or using the energy of the game as
I've
inspiration?
been doing that. And I also did a freestyle called basketball freestyle. You know, I always do things that incorporate anything that has to do with my hood, basketball, being a G, you know what I'm saying, holding it down, being yourself, making money, you know what I mean, anything to make it out the hood, business. Let's get it, man. Let's get into some different type of questions. Let's answer some fun questions for the fans. Let's, you know what I mean,
You got it, 2-6. Let's pivot to some questions that'll let your fans get a better sense of who you are outside of the music. So, first up, what's your favorite comfort food? The go to snack that you can't resist when you're in need of a pick me up?
forgive me, Lord, for saying this. Y'all know I drink, y'all know I smoke. So some Kush, some OG Kush, you know what I'm saying? Some liquor, vodka. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything but tequila, but I love tequila, but oh man, tequila is different. Tequila is something you need on its own. You know what I mean? But just some drinks, some smoke, a beautiful woman, you know what I mean? And a dope beat.
Hey, no judgment here, 2-6. We're all adults here.
Thanks.
It sounds like you're a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to the finer things
Thank
in life,
you.
which can be a nice way to
Thank
unwind and
you.
relax after a
I
long day in the
appreciate you. Thank
studio.
you.
But let's switch gears to a different type of indulgence. If you could spend the day with any celebrity alive or dead, who would it be and why?
I never even thought about that before. If I could spend a, I don't know. I don't know who I would like to spend time with this alive or dead. I'm more focused on doing my own thing, being a celebrity. I would like to know what celebrities out there would like to spend some time with me. That's a better question.
Touche 26. That's a great perspective. It's always fun to think about which celebs you might vibe with, but you're totally right. It's more about focusing on your own path and the people who want to support your journey. On that note, what's been your favorite experience so far in your musical journey? Maybe a particularly memorable performance, a creative breakthrough, or even a hilarious anecdote from the road.
I mean, my new single, Two Sixes G, Slip. I mean, I'm sorry, 26G Spin and Slide Freestyle has been doing a lot of views. I think we passed over 300,000 views on 26G Spin and Slide Freestyle. Spin and Slide. So I'm feeling good about that. Let's get into some more questions. It's real though. Come on.
That's huge. 2.6, 300,000 views is no small
Facts.
feat. It sounds like 26G spin and slide freestyle is really resonating with people, and that's got to be an
Thank
amazing
you.
feeling. So let's dive into some more questions that'll give your fans a glimpse into your life
Let's
and
get it.
mindset. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would it be and why?
Well, right now I'm in Asia, so I'm already traveling the world. And from Asia, I don't know where I'm going next, but I'm constantly traveling the world, so that's easy for me. I can be anywhere in the world at any time. So I encourage everybody who wants to work with me, tap in because I'm everywhere. Global, baby.
You're living the dream, 2.6. It's amazing to have the freedom to explore and connect with people from all over the world. Speaking of connections, who would you say has been your biggest inspiration in music or life in general? Maybe someone who influenced your style or approach to music.
It's a lot of people, man. I have to say, Busta Rhymes, Biggie Smalls, Nas, Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the new artists that's out right now. The artist that I mentioned is artists from back in the days when I was young. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Wu Tang Clan.
Absolutely, 2.6. You got a lot of hip hop icons on that list, each with their own unique
Facts.
style and approach to the
Facts.
game. It's always fascinating to see how those influences shape an artist's sound. But now I want to flip the question. Who do you think your music influences? Like, if you could put on for any artist out there right now, who would it be and why?
I put on for the artist who's independent. I put on for the artist who ain't got nothing. I put on for the artist who's just now starting with a dream, who just now had the confidence to say, I want to be a rapper, who told his best friend for the first time. Or maybe he was in school and told his friends, and maybe out of 10 of the friends, 7 of them laughed, but 3 of them took him serious. You know what I mean? I do it for those individuals who got a dream, who got a vision.
Wow, 2.6, that's really powerful. You're not just making music for yourself or for the fame, you're doing it for the people who might not have the support or the
Facts,
belief yet
facts.
that they can turn their dreams into
More,
reality. It's like you're using your platform to validate and inspire
more.
the underdogs, which is super
Let's
important in the music
get
world. Speaking of dreams, what's something you still want to accomplish in your career that you haven't
Yo,
achieved
let's
yet?
stop the interview right here because I have something to do, but we're gonna continue when I'm ready, all right?
You got it, 2.6. Take care of what you need to do, and we'll pick up where we left off. I'll be waiting.